That'll last all through the year. AOA podcast. Christmas is the time to say I love you. I love you, Frank.
Oh, right back at you, Slick.
I love you too, everybody out there. It's Christmas for the Epstein case fan because we are finally getting the list.
They said that a while ago.
They did.
I'll believe it when I see this damn thing.
But this time a judge said it, and Virginia Giuffre has a pretty interesting response to it. So we'll talk about that. Plus, another judge is expediting Rudy Giuliani's $148 million payment that came out today. On occasion, we do stories on this podcast that we just read the headline and then we stop and then we read it all together. Usually we do our research, Frank. We know the story, we present it in a manner. Sometimes we don't know the story at all. That's this case because there is supposedly an AI death calculator.
That sounds terrifying. So
it is.
We should probably that's probably one we should have read about.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus cookies, the Golden AOA Hole Awards, lobsters on a subway, donating kidneys, viral shoe theories, and so much more, my friends, all on this episode.
Viral shoe theories?
Mm-hmm.
I think you just took three random words and jumbled them together.
Maybe.
That sounds like.
Maybe. Second to last episode of the year. Join us for our final episode Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right. We say 8:30, but
8:45.
Right.
And by 8:45 we mean 9 o'clock.
Give or take.
Our favorite judge, Loretta Preska. Remember her? We talked a lot about her. She handled a lot of the Epstein case. Judge Loretta Preska on Monday ordered the release of the long sealed documents in a since settled defamation lawsuit between Virginia Giuffre, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the Epstein estate dating back to 2015. This list will supposedly come out January 1st.
So this is a list of what? People who have friends of Epstein. This is people who have been to the island. This is,
friends, client. It's the client list. It's like the list, the names we've been trying to get our hands on. Over 170 people are expected to be named in this release.
And I feel like we know a bunch of them anyway, right?
We do. Yeah, for sure. Some of these are going to be out. Some of these are going to be released that people have heard of. But out of 170 names, I'm guessing there's going to be a few whoppers on that bad boy that nobody had any idea. And then we're going to have a whole bunch of an idea. Now, January 1st, actually, I didn't really discuss this with you. New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it's coming out. It is a Monday. I don't know if Frank will be here. I don't even know when it's coming out or what time.
You want me to work on New Year's Day? You son of a bitch.
But
is that where this is going?
Even if it's not a full episode, like I said, it might be, I don't know where I'm going to be. It might be just it might be a mobile episode. It might be an episode from the couch. I don't know. But we will be here in some way, shape, or form to talk about it. I don't know if it'll be Frankie C and Jay Sams and me and the whole crew. It might just be Cuddles. I don't know. But we'll have it.
Okay. Cool.
All right. We'll have it for everybody. We'll go over the list. It's a big day, obviously. And to be honest, it's almost better if it's not a full episode because the list coming out will be one thing. And then the Wednesday episode will be delving into the list and the fallout from the list, So there's going to be a lot that comes with the list. So
a lot of list talk.
The talk today, though, is Virginia Giuffre took to X.
Just say Twitter. Nobody says X.
And she tweeted, there's going to be a lot of nervous people over Christmas and New Year's, 170 to be exact. Who's on the naughty list? Merry early
the
Christmas.
Naughty list. See, now that's something. That's what we should have called this thing, the naughty list.
The naughty list.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It might undercut the severity of it, but we'll see.
I mean, think about this. You did shitty things with Jeffrey Epstein. You're on the list, right? And now you know it's going to come out. So you've been living in that fear for the longest time. And then the idea that, oh, it's coming out really soon, new level of fear. And then the idea that it's coming out on New Year's Day and the news broke just before Christmas. I mean, this is, again, I look forward to this time of year all year long. I mean, this is the greatest week and a half of the entire year, if you ask me. That is basically being ruined for a few pieces of garbage.
Sucks to be them.
Like, they literally can't. Like, just when you think, all right, I did some bad things back in the 90s, but I might have gotten away with it. Now, all of a sudden, guess what's come up and caught up to you from behind?
Yep. That's
Good old karma.
That's what it is.
Yep.
And listen, this is what, it's been teased for a while, this thing. So, I mean, I guess they, for a while, saw this coming. They knew it was going to happen eventually.
Well, they were suing for it, right? Everybody was under the Freedom of Information Act, was suing for all of this stuff. But it was a civil case, and there was redactions and this and that. Remember that we got a couple of things not that long ago. It wasn't that all. It was a big letdown. This is going to be it. These are going to be 170 names that were on his client list that.
Yeah, I mean, we got the flight manifests and stuff, people that were on the planes. I'm sure a lot of those names or all of those names will be among the 170, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a couple people like I don't know for sure. Don't come at me in the comments. But Jimmy Kimmel, for instance, has been like I don't think Jimmy Kimmel went down there for a plethora of reasons. One of the more obvious ones I feel like is he was not rich, famous, or powerful in the heyday of Epstein. He was like on TV and stuff, but he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would do this, first of all. And also, I don't think Epstein would use he wouldn't use like a middle nobody TV person. I don't think there's any appeal to him from an Epstein perspective. But his name has been lumped in a ton of times, mostly because Epstein's private chef went on to go private chef for Kimmel. I think that's where Kimmel got roped into this. My whole point is here, Frank, there's going to be few people who have been like caught up in the wave of this that are going to feel great about finally being vindicated for not being on this list. Because if you look on the internet now, everybody's been on the list. I mean, I'm surprised you or I haven't been named yet to be on the list.
It's everybody. 170 people covers everyone.
Yeah. Because everybody, like, you look at some of these like lists that are circulating online, and it's just everybody in it's like blatantly
every actor, all the big
yeah,
big time actors probably.
And I'll give you somebody else who I don't think is on there, who's rumored to be on there. Hillary Clinton. And I'll tell you why. Because Bill Clinton is on there. I don't think Bill took his wife.
You don't think they traveled a lot together?
I don't think so. I think Epstein and his trips was Bill's extracurricular activities. I don't think he brought the old ball and chain along with him.
That's possible, I guess.
DJ Shenanigans, Tom Hanks. I don't know if he's agreeing with me or not. But again, another one of those people that eats children and, it was on the island and all this jazz. And maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe he's going to be on the list. I tend to think not, but I could be wrong. I feel more strong about Kimmel because, again, he wasn't as popular than I do about Hanks, but I don't think Hanks is really on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's his client list.
His client list.
So people he worked with.
He worked with, had name in the little black book,
right.
Had interactions with. Yeah.
Okay.
And it came from the defamation case from Virginia Roberts Giuffre. So I believe these are all people that have been like backed up and people that she's seen firsthand and all that kind of jazz. So right. Hillary's emails on the list for sure. Not Hillary, but the emails.
The emails will be there. Yeah.
They're definitely going to be there. Captains of Industry. I love that.
Sure. Like Crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Captain
I don't even know what's going on here. DJ Shenanigans has a load for Bird. What's a little flirty? I don't know what's happening there. A little
going on in the chat, folks.
romance around Christmas time. Don't be so romantic all at once, DJ Shenanigans.
That is very, yeah. I mean, that is romantic.
It is. Cuddles, I got a load for you. No, nothing.
No response. Yeah, see, that's the right response.
You might have to be single for that to work. I'm not sure. So Frankie
Can't
C,
wait for this list to come out, baby.
you don't seem convinced, which I'm not going to come at you for that.
Oh, that it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Well, only because they said it was coming out. How many times? And it's been over a year, I think, right? Since they said it.
Yeah, it has been.
You know.
Well, that was the Daily Mail, though. That was the Daily Mail story. That was like, get ready, everybody, because it's coming. And then,
all right. Well, they didn't really. Yeah, and then it was saying in a week, in a couple of weeks, and a few weeks, and now it's a year later. Now that a judge has said it, then good. I'm glad we're seeing some movement here, but I'll wait to see. January. They said January 1st because I thought it was just next year.
January 1st.
All right.
That's what we hear. That's the word on the street is January 1st. Now, TD brings up a good point. I read somewhere the list will include clients, business associates, and victims, though they are allowing some to appeal to redact their names. I believe that time has come and gone. I don't know.
Redaction period?
Yeah, I don't know. And I also, again, I could be wrong about this, but it's my understanding that the redaction, that whole redaction thing was not so, because the last time they released any material, it was redacted. Mm-hmm. And then there was the promise with that of like, oh, and then we'll eventually try for the unredacted. I think this is the complete and utter unredacted version. Everybody's name, everybody goes.
Let's go, baby.
170. It's going to be a good day. January 1st. We'll see you here. Don't forget that you can vote in the Golden AOA Hole Awards right now. We have just 2 days left. On Friday's episode, we will unveil and announce the winners.
Is it okay that I voted?
It's okay that you voted.
All right.
By the way,
I voted.
Vote early and often. You can go back and pound your favorite.
Vote again. I can vote again?
Pound your favorites, my man.
Oh, man. I didn't know I could vote more than once.
This is like an election that John F. Kennedy won. Vote as much as you'd like. It doesn't make a difference.
You bastard.
AnthonyDiner.com. Link is right up there at the top. Boom. Click it. You vote in the 5 categories. They are best comedy, best stand-up comedy, special of the year, best album, best movie, best top 5. What am I missing? Did we only do 4?
Best movie, album, TV show, comedy, special, blind 5.
And blind top 5, yeah. Which the blind top 5 was such a ripoff because that could have been like 70. We could have put 170 blind top 5s on that list, on the nominee list, but we couldn't.
See, I just voted,
and
I'm changing everything here. My vote, your vote counts because as soon as you do it, it shows you.
Oh, it's up to date, my friend.
Yeah, how it immediately affects the results and shows you how you did it.
Yes, it does.
I just affected everything and screwed it all up, and it's great.
I still got a vote from Robin. Miss Justice, you always good at putting the links in. If you guys could, I think there's a link in the description, but if not, if you could put it in a live chat, that would be lovely.
AnthonyUnited.com. And I literally, as Anthony was talking, I just voted. That's how fast it went.
It was very quick. You can vote. Yeah, you can vote while you're peeing. It's not,
you can.
You know, we
I was also peeing while he spoke too.
We don't want to make anything complicated that you can't do it while you're peeing. So
isn't that the greatest? Like whatever we do, you could probably do it while you're peeing.
All right. We should be talking about this. Is this gross?
Yes. Whatever you're about to say is going to be a yes.
But I'm not going to lie to you. If I go to the bathroom, I'll do the business with the left and pull my phone out of my pocket with the right. And I will scroll while peeing. Is that bad?
I don't think I think
there's no cross-contamination. The phone goes in the pocket, then I zip up. So
I feel like if I'm doing that, the phone stops. That's the one instance where I don't have the phone going.
You can't pee and phone at the same time?
Not that I can't. I just choose not to. It's a few seconds where I could not look at the phone for those few seconds.
I was talking to somebody today, and they told me that a year ago, the average person used to check their phone 150 times a day. Today, you want to take a guess what that number is?
300.
Cuddle said, what'd you say? Cuddle said 275. Frankie C said 300.
I just doubled it. Yeah.
Comment below on what you think it is.
Bird says 1,000.
Bird says 1,000. That's a lot. Bird's like, I check at 1,000. I don't know what the average person is.
You're tilting the scale there, Bird.
Yeah. You're putting us on the high end, Bird.
Robbins is 375. Renee 600.
365 from TD Freelancer. Neil with a good point. It's all fun and games until you drop it in the pisser. Yeah, I worry about that.
Yeah, that's why. That's not good. You don't want to hold it over anything.
Grip is important too, because I usually this is my grip with the pinky underneath, but I will sometimes just rest it. What do you call this? The crook of your hand? Sometimes I'll just do this.
I think that's just your hand.
I'm willy-nilly.
No, you got the pinky is important. If you don't have the pinky going, you got to get a finger underneath so it doesn't slide down.
I have a theory that, look at my hand. I have a theory that through evolution,
comparing your hand to mine, you can't compare your hand to my hand.
Let me see. Let me look at your hands.
You got knuckles all out of proportion. You got hair coming. Where do you get off comparing your hands to my hand?
I have a feeling that through evolution, because of the phone, our pinky is going to be like our thumb. Like it's going to be that spaced out because we always use it to anchor our phone.
We're going to be like koalas. You ever see a koala's hand?
No.
Look at a koala bear. They have, it looks like they have two thumbs, like what you're saying. Like it looks like their pinky was all thummy.
I'm going to fucking Google this right now. I don't believe
you don't think of it, but I recently saw a picture of a koala and they were like, their hands are all thummy hands.
Here's another little interesting fact I just learned. There is not a W in koala. How about that?
Oh. Oh, boy.
Do you know how to spell koala?
Yeah, I do. Koala. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man. Dude.
I learned a couple
we
things
both went
today.
to the same. All right. So Anthony and I went to the same high school, grammar school. We veered away in college. We went to different colleges. Now, Anthony went to arguably,
supposedly,
a more expensive college than I did.
Technically, it was a university.
He went to a university. I went to a university as well, but it was a city university. And it was the same college that Jerry Seinfeld went to.
Mm-hmm.
And I can spell koala.
You sure can, buddy.
Yeah.
You sure can. Have you noticed this too? I don't know what's happening, but all colleges have become universities.
Have they?
I don't know if there's like tax benefits for it or whatever, but yeah, because we have a bunch of colleges out on the island, like St. Joe's College and Malloy College. They're all universities now.
What's the difference?
I don't know. It's the same thing. Like, remember our grammar school turned into whatever academy? Like suddenly all the grammar schools became academies. I don't know.
Is it just it sounds better?
I bet you it's some kind of tax benefit bullshit grant, funds from the state, federal government, something.
So what's the number? How many times a day people look at the phone?
340 times a day.
Wow,
that's a lot.
40. That is a lot. Let's say 24. That's like what? 340. That's like 15 times an hour, maybe more. I can't do the math in my head. It's like 24 times whatever is 340.
This is interesting. Let's do that math. Hold on a second here. You're telling me there's 24 hours in a day?
I think so.
340 divided by 24 would be just over 14 times in an hour.
15, yeah.
Let's say that you're sleeping an average of 8 hours, 6 hours even. So 340 divided by 18 is almost 20 times. 18 is almost 20 times an hour. Almost 19 times in an hour. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's once every 3 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
fucked up.
I used to be a guy, and I still am. On the weekends, I am. I'll just put the phone down and I will not look at it. I'm really good at that. I mean, I look at it, but I will like go long periods of time without looking at it. But
Yeah, I mean,
now
unless I get messages and stuff. Yeah, what am I talking? I'm on the phone.
you're on the phone constantly. Well, do you have, I have an always on screen. So even when I close my phone, it's faintly on.
Really? Oh no, I don't have that.
You don't have that?
No.
All right. It's
My phone's
worse.
dark. That's it.
Because you find that you're looking at it a lot, like, what's going on over there? And then you get the little notification and you're like, oh, well, what's happening? What's happening in that world right now?
Oh no. I think we need to all turn off notifications, but except for Anthony on air, when that comes on, that's the one you gotta look for.
So for YouTube,
Other than that,
Spotify, Facebook.
Other than that, turn off the notifications.
Yeah, turn off. I did turn off a notification the other day from Best Buy. I was like, no more Best Buy. I don't need your stuff anymore.
I get I get so many texts from businesses I went to like once, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you my phone number. And it's like, oh, they don't stop now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's like that with Dick's Sporting Goods for me. I signed up for Dick's Sporting Goods to save an extra $5 once, and now I get texts from them all the time, almost as much as my mother. And then I go like this: "How's it going?" I just write back to them. I'm like, "How you guys doing?" Or sometimes if it's late at night, I'll go, "What are you wearing?"
You up?
You up?
Did they ever answer?
Once they answered the "What are you wearing?" and it was nothing, and I was like, "Sexy."
That's nice.
It's just getting all naked with dicks.
Nice.
Rudy Giuliani, you know, Frankie C, was ordered to pay $148 million to the two Georgia election workers.
Indeed.
And a federal judge granted both of them their request to expedite their $148 million payment, claiming that the pair have good cause to worry the former New York City mayor will try and stiff them.
I could see that. How do you expedite it if he doesn't? I mean, I don't think he has 100. You think he has $148 million?
I don't know. I don't even know how. He's a private citizen. I know he's a popular guy, but he's a private citizen. I don't know how you assess that. I don't even think it matters to them when they're saying what the penalty is, because if he's got to move, you know, like I know like wage garnishment is a thing. He's a lawyer. I mean, can you wage garnish him? Can you force him to sell? Like if you owe money to the IRS, they could do all these things. If you owe money to another private citizen, I don't know how you can really enforce all of that.
Well, I guess the same way. I mean, it's a legal, you have to do it. You know, you've been ordered. It's your sentence.
Like, I guess they put him in jail if he doesn't pay. But what if he says, I don't have them? Like, if he says, well, I don't have that much money, or I don't have this, or I guess then they got to go through a process of seeing what's in his name and what he owns. And can they look at his bank account to see what's really there? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they make sure he does this, but I mean, I can't imagine he has that much money. I don't, and if he does, that's a huge chunk of it, whatever he's got. Yeah, they're gonna have to garnish his wages. I mean, I don't know what kind of wages he's making. I mean, I guarantee Trump's not paying him.
Safe bet. But even if he is being paid by somebody right now, which I can't imagine, but even if he is, he's not making 140. You know, he's not making. That's got to come from money he's already earned. So,
yeah,
you know, can they like? If he owns like 6 apartments or houses or whatever, I'm sure they can make him sell 5.
I heard
he's got to be able to live too.
I heard either. Yeah, I mean, I heard either today or yesterday he was selling a home. I don't know if it's a house or apartment or whatever it was for $6 million, and it hasn't. Nobody's bought it yet. So that's only $6 million. You got a ways to go.
142 million ways to go.
Yep.
Freeman and Moss, the 2 young ladies, requested the judge to permit immediate enforcement of the judgment, saying that they were concerned Giuliani would find a way to dissipate his assets before plaintiffs are able to recover. Judge Beryl Howell. How about that for a name? Beryl. What's your name? Merrill? Beryl.
Beryl. My mom had a cold when she named me.
What do you want to name it? Beryl.
Beryl.
Beryl. So yeah, today they sided. The judge sided with them, saying that the reputation of Giuliani as being an unwilling and uncooperative litigant.
Sure.
So I don't know what this does to say if he's gonna appeal or whatever he's gonna do. He did say that he doesn't have the assets to pay even the $43 million in damages. So
he's gonna have to borrow some money from his billionaire buddy who's running for president. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, hey, President Trump, can you loan me 150 mil? I'm sure that's gonna happen.
We'll see.
Or maybe Trump can sell more of his cards to help out.
Rudy, we're gonna put some more cards on sale. Special Rudy series.
We're gonna put you in them. It's gonna be great. We're gonna sell a little piece of your hair dye. It's gonna stain each card. It's gonna be great. We're gonna sell it. It's gonna be amazing.
Look at this Rudy Giuliani card. Squeeze his hair, and a little bit of hair juice comes out. It's fantastic.
We've got these Rudy Giuliani pens. Problem is, whenever you hold them, the ink gets all over your hair. But they're going to be great. Everybody's going to buy them. It's going to be great.
Introducing the Rudy Giuliani GPS. No matter what address you put in, you wind up at Four Seasons Lawn Care. It's
next
fantastic.
To a dildo store. Wherever you go, it's you have to be whatever you're looking for. A Starbucks, it's got to be next to a dildo store. You're looking for McDonald's, it's next to a dildo store.
Where's the landscaping place next to a dildo store?
Yeah.
Wow. That's something else. Huh?
It sure was.
It's something else.
Yeah.
Take the pen.
Do me a personal favor. Take the pen.
Take the Giuliani pen. It's leaking everywhere.
He was only like 52 in that role when he did that?
That's crazy. He was 11 years older than us when he did that role. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That hurt. I just got a pain in my side. Did you?
I got a pain everywhere from that.
Bird says they're going to settle with this. Yeah, I don't think he's going to wind up paying the full thing, but he's going to have to pay a chunk. Look, lucky for them. Even if it's like 10 mil, like you could live off of 10 mil. If Shohei Ohtani has taught us anything, $2 million a year is all you need to live a lavish baseball star lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as long as you got 700 mil coming after that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Can I put this on credit?
Yeah, I'm good for it. I'll pay in 10 years. Don't worry.
I promise I'll pay for it.
You know, I'm in the news. You've seen what I got coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. You know what's nuts, too? He could borrow against a future payment. All he's got to do is call J.G. Wentworth, and he's all set, you know?
You need cash now. That's what you got, according to those opera songs.
I signed a baseball contract, but I need cash now. Oh, shit. All right. The AI death calculator.
All right, what the hell is this?
Before I read this.
Oh, here we go.
I thought about this earlier today, too. If I knew when I was going to, I don't know why, it's kind of weird that I did think of this today. Don't you think you'd be fucked up if you knew you were going to die?
Yeah.
Like if somebody came to you and said, Frank, July 22nd, 2000, or whatever. That's it, my man. Don't you think you would be freaked? Like, I think the fact that we just don't know when this ends is the only thing keeping us from having a total panic attack meltdown every day of our lives.
I agree with that. I mean,
even if somebody said, hey, you got another 33 years, I still think there's something psychological to that it would start a little countdown in your head, in the back of your mind, that you would just be.
Yeah, because you don't think of it otherwise. If someone gives you an end date, your expiration date, it's like it now that's in your head and you're counting it down. You're like, oh shit, I only got.
Good point. I panic when the milk is
right.
Expiration date.
You got to drink all this friggin' milk, or else it's gonna be worthless. But no.
Would you be freaked out, or would you want to know?
I don't want to know.
I feel like J Sabs would want to know. I don't know why I feel that way.
I agree with that.
Feel like she would want to know.
Yeah, definitely want to know.
Yeah, I'd want to know, you liberal pussy.
Yep, that's what we get. No, definitely
Cuddles.
don't want to know.
Cuddles. I was going to ask Cuddles, but she's disposed. She's indisposed.
Indisposed.
We sent out the by the way, everybody, if you filled in the thank you around Thanksgiving, we sent out the holiday package to everybody. So they're going to be getting that.
Got a nice package coming for you.
Boy, was that an ordeal. Do you know that you can't just put a stamp on something that you want to send internationally? Remember the other day, Frank, we were boasting about being in 42 countries?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Not so great. I think we mailed stuff to 40 of those 42 countries.
What the hell? What do you have to do?
I don't know. It was a whole thing. And then because it's like a package, I don't even think you know what the little secret thing is.
Secret thing?
Yeah, I don't know if I told you what it is, but anyway, it fits in an envelope. It's small. It's not a huge thing, but it can't. Then they're like, well, we have to put it through a roller, so I don't know if you need a different envelope. It might break. She's like, if it's something that could break, you might want to put it in a big envelope. I go, how much is the big envelope? She was like $4.99 each. I'm like, let's chance it.
It's gonna be fine. This is all a freebie anyway.
Yeah. So for those of you not in the United States of America, if your shit comes broken, let me know, and we'll spend more to get it out.
This reminds me of the sync thingy. We had a hell of a time sending one thing overseas. I don't even think it got there ever. Did it get there?
It got returned to us, and then I think we wound up sending it to somebody else. All in all, that was like a $250 ordeal.
For a $10 sync thing.
Yeah, because then they hit us up for. I think they hit us up for the return postage too. We got a bill, and they were like, "You can fight it." And I'm like, just fucking pay the goddamn thing.
I want this thing out of my life.
I'm gonna be in court now for $74. fucking shit. Thanks to Bird and everybody who's been a member for 21 months.
Crazy.
My goodness.
Thank you, Bird.
Congratulations, Bird. At 21 months, you can start drinking alcohol. So good for you.
Yeah, you took Neil's joke.
Oh, shit. Did I?
You did.
You now drink in the chat now. No, his was better. Let's see if I would have taken his joke. I think I would have gotten a bigger laugh.
I think so.
All right. The AI death calculator predicts when you'll die. It's extremely accurate according to this article.
According to the people who made it.
Yeah, according to the people who made it.
It's the best.
Yep. Let me see here. Soon, SUNE. I would say soon.
SUNE. That sounds like soon.
Dune, right? Soon.
Yeah, sure.
It's not Semi truck. Soon Lehman, lead author of the December 2023 study using sequence of life events to predict human lives, told the New York Post that we used the technology behind ChatGPT, something called transformer models, to analyze human lives by representing each person as the sequence of events that happens in their life. According to this report, the professor of network and complex systems from the Technical University of Denmark.
Network and complex systems? Okay.
Also, Soon is a co-author to a bunch of books.
Okay.
And the algorithm known as Life to VEC, whatever that uses select details of an individual's life, including income, profession, residence, and health.
Your income
is
gonna help tell you when you die.
Yeah, well, they say if the less money you make, the more probability is that you die sooner. And that is, I think that's solely based on the people who don't make a lot of money don't get health insurance or proper health insurance, therefore don't go to the doctor as often because they don't want to pay out of pocket, therefore on average tend to die soon. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So income, profession, residence, and health history to determine expectancy with 78% correctness. Now,
I could
how,
guess 78%.
but how do they know that's correct? I mean, I guess basically they run it off of somebody who's already died. I mean, because how do you know?
Yeah, you got to test that out, and you got to what? Wait for the person to.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did? Yeah, what the
Right.
hell? How do they
Yeah.
test that?
Here, Lehman explains. We use the fact that in a certain sense, human lives share a similarity with language. Just like words follow each other in sentences, events follow each other in human lives. Slightly different than ChatGPT, Life 2 VEC, the algorithm, can compute the life outcomes of a man or woman by closely examining their pasts. Lehman told the Post, the model can predict almost anything.
So it's basically they're running like a Sim City on your life. They just put they plug all your details in and they just play it out in fast motion, and they see what happens.
Well, oh, this is interesting. We predicted death because it's something people have worked on for many years. For example, insurance companies, they study mortality rates, right? Like just kind of what I said. If you're lower income, you have more chance to die sooner. But if they're going into great detail, there's a ton of data there. So I guess they're taking that all into account, throwing it in the algorithm and seeing what pops up. Lehman's group examined a heterogeneous subject population of 6 million Danish people who varied in sex and age between 2008 and 2020. The analysts used Life 2 VEC to discover which of the subjects would likely live for at least 4 years beyond January 1st, 2016. Lehman, the report says the scale of our data set allows us to construct sequence level representations of individual human life trajectories, which detail how each person moves through time. We can observe how individual lives evolve in a space of diverse event types, like information about a heart attack is mixed with salary increases or information about moving from an urban area to a rural area. The researchers fed the AI specific information on each study participant using plain language, such as in September 2012, Francisco received 20,000 Danish kroner as a guard at a castle in Elsinore. During her third year at secondary boarding school, Hermone followed 5 elective classes. They then assigned each different digital token to each piece of data, which were all quite specifically categorized. Do you know what's going on here? I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, they're plugging in the events of each person's life, and they're just assigning it value based on this algorithm.
Okay. So for instance, they assign digital tokens to each piece of data. For instance, a forearm fracture is represented as S52. Working in a tobacco shop is coded IND 472, blah, blah, blah. Income is represented by 100 different digital tokens. And postpartum hemorrhage is 072. Using the information provided, the algorithm almost perfectly predicted who had died by 2020 more than 3/4 of the time. So again, I guess they based it off of information that they already
perfectly predicted it 3/4 of the time. That's like 60% of the time it works every time.
Per the study, some of the factors can contribute to earlier death, including being male. You already got one against you, Frank.
Shit.
Having a mental health diagnosis or being in a skilled profession. What's a skilled profession? It's not this. I know that. Is it like being like a plumber or a carpenter or something? Is that a skill?
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. Like a trade.
Earning a higher income or being in a leadership role were both linked to a longer life. However, Lehman emphasized that no study participants were given their death predictions.
Oh, so they weren't told.
Well, because here's what I'm thinking about that. Okay, you can put all these tokens, right? Let's say, but if I'm 41 and I'm going to have a heart attack at 52, it doesn't have that heart attack information yet. So how, like, let's say I have 3 heart attacks and the third one kills me. If I haven't had the first heart attack yet, it wouldn't know that and be able to predict my date.
Well, it might be able to predict. It might. I mean, what if it predict, like it knows how much, like what you're eating, what your diet is, what your exercise is like, and all this stuff, your family history. Maybe it gets all your medical information, and says, "Well, you've got this many years until your first heart attack." I don't know how advanced this technology is, where it's going to be like where it could predict a health problem that you might have to face in the future.
I think you just described like the next step in this evolution of technology. Like for not like they did this based on events, but I bet you once you introduce probability, like a family has a heart condition, history.
Throw all that shit in there.
I bet you they can start to really narrow it, and maybe not get it down to the day, but maybe they can predict you'll be 72. You're not going to make it past 72, judging by what.
So now here's the thing. It's like The Matrix, the movie The Matrix. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. So if you know, let's say it's 72, can you take steps to live longer?
Can you change it?
Can you change it? So if you know when that's going to happen, can you like all of a sudden change up your whole routine and eat healthier? And now you're working out, you get a better job, you do that, and now you change it, and now you're living to 90 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Robin makes a good point. Fast food is cheaper too.
Right.
Paul, that's why Trump eats it. Wait, I saw. Oh, here, this is a good one from Paul. Don't identify as a male. Live longer. That's a good. That's a good campaign slogan. J Sabs, we assumed that you would want to know the day you died.
Yes.
Were we accurate on that?
Yes.
Yeah. See, we're starting.
So if there was an AI thing that says you're gonna die on this date.
This algorithm is starting.
We figured it out.
J Sabs' behavior.
So if it could tell you what the exact date you're gonna die, you'd want to know it.
Absolutely. You wouldn't?
No.
What the fuck is wrong? No.
You wouldn't be dreading that day every second?
No.
You wouldn't be panicking like, oh my God, I only have 10 years left, three weeks left. You wouldn't be panicking?
No, in fact, do they have it live now so I could see?
Man. Did you just have a rough day with the kids?
No, I rather know. Like, okay, it's kind of like when you go to a psychic. Some people don't want to because they don't want to know. I want to know everything.
Yeah, but that's you take it with a grain of salt. It's like, they're not always going to get it right. With this,
sure, Frank.
Let's say this it's an AI death calculator, and it says it's right now it's like 70% accurate or whatever, 75% accurate. If they get it to 100% accuracy and they say this is the date and this is the year, this is when it's going to happen, you'd want to know that.
Absolutely. No?
It wouldn't be like a month out. You're going to be like, oh shit, I only got a month left.
Right. So let me do all the shit that I wanted to do.
Why not just do that anyway?
Can I ask you a question, Gene? Are you at a Amazon fulfillment center? Because it sounds like you are filling boxes.
Oh, I'm filling
peanuts.
The only box I'm filling is mine.
Are you wrapping a ton of gifts?
Yeah, and you know what? How about being thankful, Anthony, and saying thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to pop on here for a good 5 minutes to
I think he'd be more thankful if one of those gifts were his.
Right.
I am thankful. Can I stir up some shit in the group?
Go ahead.
Take this.
What?
Our annual Friends Christmas gathering dinner is coming up.
Sure. Yep.
I did a good job there, Frank. It's coming up.
He's remembered.
It's coming up.
Yep.
It is my understanding that J Sabs did all the legwork to find a wonderful eatery, restaurant, establishment for us to dine in. Mm-hmm. Somebody else we know, who I love dearly. This is a pretty bad accusation I'm going to throw out, but I love them dearly. Know them for a long time. Announced the Friends Christmas information.
Yes.
I feel like they're taking credit for her big salad. I don't think that this is right.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a big secret?
Yeah.
I begged her. I begged her to please be the one to announce it. So if anybody has a problem with it, they'll blame her.
Wow. All right. So now you just flipped it. Anthony's assessment of this person just changed. Now it's a heroic stance.
So they're not
Before
a piece
it
of
was-
shit. They're a hero. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Before it was she's stealing your thunder. Now she's taking the hits. Okay.
Right.
Janine's a coward. All of us. But I get it though. You really can't suggest anything in that group. It's like
Yeah.
suggesting something in our friends group is like standing up in front of Hitler at the meeting, going, maybe we should stop doing this. It's just not going to end well for you. It's
Right.
just,
No.
it's
not
just going to be poorly received.
Right.
Worth it, but not gonna. You're gonna
You're
get your
going
ass
down
beat.
for a good. This was a movie I believed in. We don't give a shit. It fucking. That's basically.
Right. So, okay. So after you left Friendsgiving,
Mhm.
oh, I don't know. I really don't know if you were still there when it was being discussed about how a certain someone did not really want to do a prefix dinner. Because there's so many of us. When I have cold places, they're like, yeah, we don't do regular menus. A prefix menu would have to be it because it's just too much.
Yeah. What's wrong with the prefix menu? I have no problem.
Well, someone didn't like it. Fine.
Wait, are you talking about me? Because I don't love a prefix. Is that
No, not you. But we did have good choices last year at the other one.
I had no problem. Yeah. Who had a problem?
You loved that meal. Go
I'll
ahead.
tell
I'll let
you
you
what.
speak if you're
No,
going to compliment me.
I was angry at you going in with the cocktail selection, and then the thing I thought I was going to hate the most was actually pretty delicious.
Right.
Yeah, you turned me around on
So that was the thing. So, but wait a minute. I didn't select the cocktail.
that. I thought you did.
Each person selected their own.
No, because there was like a suggested cocktail last year. It was like some cucumber bullshit.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Because the guy okay. So whoever
You chose the specialty cocktail that went on to the menu.
That's right. I did because, well, originally the guy had told me each person gets a choice of their specialty cocktail, and it's included within their price. So if I chose the espresso martini, then I'm getting that all night. But if you chose the cucumber cocktail, then you could get that all night. So
Right.
each person could choose their own.
I don't know what our waiter's name was. I'm gonna guess Fernando. That was not what Fernando told me.
I know because when I got there, they were like, no, that's not it. I was like, the guy literally told me, because I even made sure, like, oh, we could have our own cocktail. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Fernando gave me false information.
Right.
Not to go back to the old story here, but Neil says, does the death calculator factor in how many homeless guys J Sabs has on her body count?
Mm.
I mean, it's an event in her life, so I'm sure you.
I don't know if they have a
Right.
coin for that.
Yeah,
Right.
Bang strange older men.
Right.
I'm sure that's part of the algorithm.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was like, so anyway, after you had, I don't remember if you were there or not, but anyway, we were saying the wife of the certain someone said, I'll start looking. But then she had messaged me and said, did you ever go to this place? A certain place, not the one we're going to, because I haven't. But I heard it's good. Although there's always older people that frequent this restaurant. Like at least 60s and above. So I'm like, no.
So we're going to be the pains in the asses that cause
No,
a problem.
no, this
No,
is a
no, but-
different place.
Because of her
Oh,
sexual preference now, we got to eat at this fucking place. You
Oh,
believe
I
this
see.
shit?
I
So
got
she
you.
tells me this, and I'm like, I actually have been there. I was there like maybe something like 18 years ago or so, and it was good. But I said when I walked in, I got the same impression.
18 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, it
Hold
was a
on,
little-
J-Subs. Margot says, oh my God, you are a very, very dull speaker. Honestly, one could fall asleep.
Me?
Justice asked, who is? She's going to clarify. If Margot says me, kick her out. If she says Janine or Frank, they can stay. Margot can stay.
Hey, I'm a what's it called too. I can kick her out.
I think
Right.
Margot is a little behind. So
Yeah, maybe.
he or she is not. Margot Thatcher. Margot Thatcher said let me see, because she just commented about the Epstein story. So
Oh, that was the first.
I think she might be a little behind. Also, think she's on the list now too, since she's like
Oh boy.
saying it could be just friends who didn't know what he was doing. No, I don't think so, Margot. I think you're on the fucking list.
Ooh.
You're going to be on the
Jeez.
Miss Justice is about to kick you out of the fucking
boy.
room list. I'll tell you what. All right, get at you. I'm sorry.
So, what was I saying?
I don't know. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're being very dull, and honestly, one could fall asleep.
I'm falling
Is that
asleep
what she,
myself.
is that what she said?
I don't know what the hell we're talking about, but what's going on with cookies?
So anyway,
We haven't even gotten to the point where she books the restaurant, Frank. I
Right.
don't even know how we got on it. Go ahead.
I'm explaining to why I pawned it off on her as her idea. So anyway, I was like, she's like, do you have any ideas, any suggestions? I was like, well, I was looking at a few places, blah, 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 blah. We don't have to use
Two blah blah blahs.
we don't have to use a prefix at this one. Just book it. This person told me. So I said, okay. So I did, but then I immediately said, you, Tom, because I'm not doing it. And she's like, okay. So, and actually, I believe she said it the same day as one of our friends who met a former certain president because he was in a good mood.
We haven't talked about that. One of our friends met President Trump and got a picture with him. One of our friends
Yeah.
who loves
Yeah.
President Trump. And
Right.
I'll tell you what, he first showed us a picture of him with the president, and that was entertaining. And now today that was 2 weeks ago. Today he showed us the little shrine he had built.
He built a little
Love it.
shrine with a framed photo and
I laughed at it. I thought it was so
God.
funny. He had like a little plaque.
yeah, but the sad part is he's serious about it. That's what's sad.
No, I think it's more of a joke. I
Mm,
really think it's more of a joke.
we think it's a
Definitely.
joke, but I think to him I think it's on the serious side.
Oh,
I think you would do the same thing if you met Lars or James Hetfield.
No. What if I got a picture with them? I'd probably frame it, but I wouldn't make a fucking shrine. Yeah.
You would make a shrine to it?
he
No.
would. He would.
I would make a shrine to a Dave Matthews photo. I would make.
I'd probably frame the picture or get it whatever, anything like that, but I wouldn't fucking put all kinds of shit around it and light candles and stuff.
So hold on, I'm fulfilling an order.
You think it's weird? You know what a lot of people are doing now? They're going like this when they see a celebrity. Can you draw on me so I could get a tattoo?
Yes, I do like that idea. But the whole thing is, it depends on what they draw.
Yeah. What if you get James Hetfield to draw something on you, and then you look at it and you go, "Oh, this fucking sucks."
Yeah, right. No thanks.
I don't know. It depends on what it is. I mean, if they got a lot of people get like their signature. Just,
Signature, yeah, that's an easy one. You can't really, but like I swear I got this from Dave Matthews because people go up to him now and they're like, because he draws, but it's not great. It's not what I would say classically great drawings. He has got a style for sure.
I draw a butt, make it a duke.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's just and I'm just like, this must be a pain in the ass now to put the pressure on somebody. Could you draw me a tattoo? Now you're like, fuck.
Yeah, whatever I draw now is going to be permanently on this person.
It's gonna take 15 minutes for me to draw it at least. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's
Right.
It's an
I would
ordeal.
love that. If I had a line of fans, like a block long, and every one of them wanted me to draw something on them, I'd
You
have
would
no
like
problem
that?
with that. I'd be
Right.
like, all right, I'd warn them. Listen, it's not going to be, perfect. It's going to be whatever I draw, and that's what it is.
That's it.
You want to try again? Get back in the line.
I bet you that get annoying when you're just trying to go to the supermarket for a fucking watermelon. Next thing you know, you're just
Oops.
like, all right, fine, fuck, just
I draw a watermelon. There you go. This is what I'm coming here for. So
Frank drew me a 6-pack of beer. This is so crazy. He must have been going to a barbecue.
yeah, what the hell? whatever's going on that day. That's what I'll draw you.
All right, so that's the saga of the because I just was like, wow, somebody's trying to take credit here for Jason's
Someone's
hard
trying to
work.
steal her thunder.
But okay, you were laying it off. I get it.
Good job.
Just in case. Just in case.
But we all know that you did it. So if the food sucks, you're still gonna catch hell for it.
So
I say next year we go to Boston Market and that's it. We don't need a
They even-
reservation.
I
Are they-
a lot.
yeah, right?
Just some mac and cheese and some fucking cornbread.
Yeah,
Be done with it
I'm
already.
in. Yeah, one of them Carver sandwiches and turkey carvers, and you call it a day.
Carvers. What
Yeah,
do they
turkey
still?
carver sandwich.
Are they even still in
Yeah, they're everywhere.
business?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going okay. And they're
Okay.
good. Every time I've had something there, they've always been good.
I don't know. Anytime I eat something now, it's just fucking heartburn for me. Pretty sure I have an ulcer or about to have a heart attack.
That's good.
Which brings us to cookies.
Mm.
They say this all the time. I never really found it to be true, but I am feeling it more this year now than ever. I can't stop eating cookies. There's cookies everywhere I go.
I love
Like-
cookies. I don't think I've ever met a cookie I didn't like.
People are sending cookies. You go here and they're like, "Oh, have a cookie." It's fucking, went over to somebody's house and like, "Hey, I got a cookie." Like it's like fucking cookies and cookies and cookies. It's like I can't
Great.
get away from cookies right now.
You could say no. I'm good.
Can you?
Thank you. I mean, theoretically, I've heard people say it.
Sometimes I've never turned down a cookie. I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
I was eating a cookie. I ate cookies last night. I ate cookies this afternoon. I had cookies just before the podcast started. And I'm like,
Dude.
I'm not going to make it to Christmas. There's too much fucking cookies.
Yeah, you gotta slow that shit down.
My mother just came to visit, for the holidays, and her and the kids are going to make cookies. There's going to be even more cookies in the house.
They should do. Oh, they should do gingerbread. You ever do a gingerbread house?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, the only time I ever did a gingerbread house, I didn't take it seriously, and I wish I did, because I've always wanted to make a gingerbread house, like, seriously.
You
When I was a kid, I tried to make one, and I would end up eating half of it and not giving a shit. So I want to,
now you can fulfill this dream tomorrow if you
I
really
can't.
needed to. You're like, I missed my opportunity
That's
to make
it.
the gingerbread.
It's over. You can't do it anymore. Once you pass 12, you're not supposed to do that anymore.
They sell kits everywhere. You could get it literally at Michael's craft store or the supermarket. You can get a gingerbread house.
I want to. There was an episode. You ever see the show Bob's Burgers?
No.
All right. Well, a few years ago, there's an episode where he joins a gingerbread making competition. That's the kind of gingerbread house I want to build, like a fucking
Like a huge
mansion with all the shit on it. What?
like a huge one, like a big.
Like a huge, yeah, like an amazing, over the top, like with you get all the different candies you could put on it and icing everywhere. That's what I want to build. And you gotta eat it and take it apart.
Bird, there's been a lot of cookies at my job lately too. I think we have a conspiracy. It's ridiculous. AI wants to know your cookie intake. Yeah, you can't lie to AI. That's the problem. You can lie to a doctor. Can't lie to AI.
You can lie to AI, just then your reading won't be as accurate.
Yeah, they're gonna find out. AI is gonna find out. Renee doesn't eat cookies.
What?
What? None? No cookies.
How do you get through this time of year?
Cookies are magical.
When did your parents come into town?
Today, Frank, they have Star Wars themed gingerbread kits, according to Laura.
See, how good are the kits? Are they good, or is it just like?
Yeah, no, they're good. They're easy. I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah,
those kits are sitting out there for 4 months. Those things have
That's
been
my
on
point.
sale since the end of Halloween.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Like you might as well just build like a cardboard, just to get a cardboard box and put some icing on it or something. I don't know. I want to build a legit gingerbread cookie house.
Wait.
We're waiting.
I think I'm a expert now because I built 2 of them last week, back to
Did
back.
it come out good? You see some pictures?
Yes, but I'll be honest with you. No, I didn't take it. Did I take any pictures?
Do they still exist, or have they been
Yeah,
eaten?
take a picture now. What's the
They've been eaten.
what?
Yeah.
You ate them?
You
Not
didn't take any
me.
pictures?
The kids ate them.
So your kids built the gingerbread houses. Was this the first time they were doing that?
Yeah, I'm sure that I have a picture from their teachers.
Oh, they did it in school.
Well, I did it with them in school.
Oh.
But
But here's
give
the
your kids
thing.
credit for anything. You were like,
No.
I did it with them.
I did it with them. The thing is, this is what you have to do. You have to make sure that you get really good frosting. It has to be specific for
has to be like firm, like
Yes, it has to be like very strong. You can't get the one in the can. You have to get the one that's from Target. That's specifically for gingerbread houses.
it has to be old and dried out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what she said. Kind of like Anthony's mom.
Okay. That's fucked
See, this
up.
is why my mother came in today, Janine, to answer your question earlier, and I was dying to. I tried to get them on the podcast the other day because I wanted to. I wanted us to have our 7 fishes argument on the podcast. Get Uncle Glory Hole, get my mother, get my aunt in here so we could all argue about it. Cuddles refused to book that. She was just like not having it. My mother is 30 feet away from the studio right now, and she was just like, leave her alone. Do not involve her in this. The world's not ready for it yet.
The world can't handle it.
What kind of argument did you we're
what
going to have about it?
Make? I mean, yeah, what's the argument?
Every year we make the same. You got to have 7 fishes. You know this, Christmas Eve. And every year we talk about what fish we want to eliminate and what fish we want to add. And for the most part, 99% of the time, it's the same exact fish that was there the year before. It's very rare that the needle moves at all.
You got to make your lobster bake.
Lobster bake? What is that? I've never even heard of that before. What's a lobster bake for Christmas Eve?
A lobster bake, like when you boil.
Well, not for Christmas. Remember Anthony made that whole big lobster bake thing over the summer?
I'm sorry, I wasn't invited to that. Did you go to that?
Frank was there.
Yeah, I was there. It was great.
Bird was there. Robin. It was an awesome time.
It was wonderful.
No.
That you already have. You have the lobster, crab, shrimp, clams, mussels. That's 5 fish right there. Mm-hmm. Or do you count clams and mussels as fish?
Yes.
All right.
If it comes from the sea, it's a fish.
All right.
Yeah.
I could tell. I know. Can I tell you what we have? And it's the same exact meal for the last. How many years am I with him?
4.
412.
No, 26 years.
Okay.
That's a long time. You're with your husband 26 years.
Wait, hold on. Since I'm 16. How old am I? No, not there yet. Come on, Janine. Give me yourself.
25 years.
Okay. So basically.
A quarter of a century. Dear Lord. Did you celebrate your anniversary? Because I feel like 25 is a big one. Why didn't we go to a party?
I think that's paper or gold or I don't know what the hell it is.
Because I don't want to get made fun of it from you.
Silver?
There is a lot of fish, but I do that's what she said. I do like it, right? I love it, actually.
Good. It's good stuff.
But it is the same thing every year.
Yeah, I mean, how many different fish can you make?
I think you could prepare.
Well, at least 7. I'll tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're going with the standard fish that everybody eats, I mean, you're not gonna get like the crazy whatever trout from the Mediterranean. You're going with the standard whatever's at your supermarket, which would be shrimp, maybe salmon if you can if you could do that. But shrimp, clams, mussels. You probably get like maybe I don't know. Crab legs or something, maybe a fillet. I don't know, but you're not going to get anything crazy. So it's going to be some standard stuff.
That's true.
And cookies.
Yeah, we and cookies. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just nothing but seafood and then straight into cookies.
Right.
That's right.
Well, we do bacala. You do bacala?
No, they don't do that.
We don't do that.
You gotta have a little bacala. We do galamad, stuffed galamad.
Galamad, yes.
Galamad salad.
Definitely.
Yep. We did shrimp in the past. I don't think. Oh, we might be doing shrimp again. I don't even know. But I'm not doing the lobster this year. Then Uncle Glory Hole goes like this: bring the big clams if you want. I'm like, I thought that was like a fucking hit. Like I thought that was like
if you want.
Yeah.
If you want.
Gives me the old if you want. Like
if you want.
This is the problem with text messages. He sent something. It could have been bring the big clams if you want, and I read it as
if you want.
Bring the big clams if you want. Like that's
if you want.
See, that should be he should record this message and send it to you.
I know.
A voice on that one.
I got vetoed on the lobster because my mother was like, enough with the lobster. Like,
Oh,
stop.
really? She said that?
Yeah, my mother can't enjoy anything that costs a little bit of money. It's a problem.
Well, how many people you got?
10 adults.
Right.
It's like
You got
14
tails
with
in it.
kids
It's not bad.
and a dog. So, yeah.
Just do a bunch of tails.
That's what I did last year. It was nice, but I got
That
told
is
no.
nice.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's the problem. We saved the lobster for the end as the height of it all, and then you're just so fucking stuffed. You don't really get to enjoy it.
Yeah, I
Right,
know.
that's
That's the problem.
That's the
See,
problem.
part
They
of
don't
our,
make lobster where I go.
we just opened some cans of tuna and we're set. That's fish number one.
Janine, I cannot hear you over the wrapping paper. I don't know what you just said. I barely heard what Frank just said just now.
I didn't even hear what I said.
What is going on? Are you in fucking the North Pole? What is happening right now?
I am doing teacher gifts right now. How about that?
Teacher gifts. Give me a
Good
fucking
Lord.
Yep.
That sounds like a nightmare. Did everybody vote in the golden AOA, what are the AOA Hole Awards? Did you
Someone's
vote, J Sabs?
No, I did not. I'll be honest with you. I did not. Not yet.
Well, get over there and vote. I voted
She's not
twice
gonna
already.
forget. She's gonna forget.
Definitely going to forget.
Yeah, you can vote as many times as you'd like for the Golden AOA Hole Awards. It's the second slide that comes up on the website, so go there now and vote.
It's a wonderful thing. And a few of our favorites are in the lead. I love it. Keep those votes coming in.
Yeah, it's fun. You could actually like see the odds change, the percentages change when you vote for something.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, I like
Damn
that.
right.
I like
That's
saying
good
that.
stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So you said you had a couple other stories?
Oh yeah. All right. Oh, speaking of lobster, quick. Thanks, dynamite tie in there, Frank.
Thank you.
Speaking of lobster, this guy, there was a man on a New York City subway who was eating a lobster.
Yes. Did I send that one to you?
No, you didn't, because you.
Because I was busy fulfilling orders.
Yeah. But you saw that. You saw that.
A guy eating lobster on the subway?
Fucking lobster feast next on the seat next to him, and he's just cracking open a tail, sitting there noshing away at a lobster.
Love it. I
Can
love
imagine.
it.
That's New York, baby.
I feel like I could remember Frank like not wanting to eat a bag of chips on the subway just because it was so fucking gross.
Really?
Can't. I don't want to touch anything in the whenever I'm on the subway, I surf, meaning I don't touch anything and I stand up. And however the train moves is how I move, and I try to not hold on to anything and try to keep my balance so I don't have to touch anything. That's how gross the subways are. I can't imagine eating a meal on the subway.
No. A meal? No.
It's just this, like, if I have a Snapple, I'll drink the Snapple, but other than that, I'm not eating food. Plus, you don't want to eat anything that people, you have to consider. I try to consider everybody around me. They're not smelling what I'm eating. They don't want to.
Oh,
be
Frank,
bothered.
you've been on the subway before. No one gives a shit.
No, they
What-
do. Nobody says anything.
No, I mean, like, nobody gives a shit about what other people think.
Right.
Like, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat this.
Not that I
Yeah,
care what other
you
people
like-
think, but I just
Right.
I don't want to be that person that's a pain in the ass on the subway.
This guy was great. He had his legs crossed. He's just sitting there, just like
Hey,
sucking out the meat and there, like just oblivious that he's on a fucking subway. I mean, who does that?
I mean, oh man.
It's nuts.
I'm going to do something tomorrow, which I know I'm going to immediately regret. Let's see if anybody can guess this.
A homeless guy?
No, I wouldn't.
think
I
she'd
wouldn't. I
regret
wouldn't regret that. Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing
Go ahead.
tomorrow?
Take a guess.
What's
You're gonna
tomorrow?
build a gingerbread house on a subway and then eat.
No. Go ahead.
You're gonna have lobster on a public bus.
Nope.
You're gonna do a lobster bake for all your friends and not invite us.
Well,
Got nothing.
after what I found out, probably.
You're gonna turn yourself in for the crime that you committed by abating an old man in a hit and run.
No, but guess what? The car moved. Frank, let me ask you what you would do. Did you hear what happened the other night?
No.
No, he doesn't watch the show if he's not on it.
Okay, real quick.
He
Real
only watches the shows he's on, and then he fast forwards while you and I talk.
probably.
I'm not even watching this episode.
Okay, real quick. I was dropping something off to my brother's house, heard a big bang and a thump, and I turn around and there's a car that like stopped on the side street, and he gets out, and I'm like, what just happened? So it was an old man walking, and I'm like, I have to go see if he's okay, right? Because I didn't know. My back was to that block, so I didn't see anything.
Okay.
So I go over, and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't really know how it happened, but I think I hit that car, and it was a parked car, right? I was like, now the car was like a pretty old car, right? And it had a flat tire, and it was like scratched up on the side, like somebody sideswiped it, you know?
Right.
So I was like, he's like, I don't think I did all that. So I was like, okay. I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. So I was like, let me look at your car. So I looked at his car, and on the side, it was complete, like, it was scratched from the like bumper in the back to like almost the passenger side. Like
So
the paint was peeling.
He completely sideswiped this parked car.
Right. So I was like, he's like, I don't think I did the tire. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I was like, he's like he knew that he had hit it, but he did not think he did the damage that, like, that he thought there was some damage there before. So did I.
Right.
So did I.
Yeah, but now that you're matching up the side of his car, it looks like it's a big. He did a lot of damage.
Well, the problem is, right, he didn't park close to the car, so I couldn't really get like, but I knew that he sideswiped the car, right? Like, duh. So
Right.
I was like, you okay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, just making sure you're okay. He gets in the car and he leaves. I was like, I got to tell my brother what happened. My brother wasn't home. So I was like, so this is what happened. He's like, oh, did you get the guy's number? I'm like, no. He's like, did you get his license plate? No. So, but an hour later, he sends me the video from his house because he has cameras.
Boom.
And you could clearly see the guy hit the car and he popped the tire. So he gave the guy a flat.
He messed up this guy's car.
Yeah, and she just totally let him go.
I'm like,
yeah, that's
so now
not
my
cool.
brother's like, I can't believe you didn't get his number. Or I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting this old man in trouble. No way. No way. Would you have stayed to do that? Answer.
Probably.
No, you would have gotten the number?
I would have probably gotten his license plate and left a note on the guy's car. Said, this is who hit your car.
See? A terrible human being.
Me or J-Sabs?
Both, actually.
Yeah,
In this
all right.
particular
What would you have done?
No, I would have left a note. I would have said, you got to leave a note. You got to leave your number, your insurance, or something.
Yeah, now this guy's screwed now. He's got to pay for this damage, his tire, everything's fucked up.
Here's my thing. I don't think it was I don't think it was my place to judge. I'm not God. I'm not judging this guy. I don't think it's my place to tell him, hey, you should probably do that.
So let me ask you this. If he walks up to someone and shoots someone, then he gets in his car and leaves, and you saw it, is it your place to call the cops or do anything about it?
See, this is why we need Frank.
I feel like that's a different story. I feel like that's because that's murder or a crime. That's like a real
more
crime.
severe,
Well,
sure.
they're both crimes,
They're
technically.
both crimes.
Can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Probably shouldn't say this on the
I don't know.
pod, but whatever.
Can ya?
Someone in my family witnessed someone getting beaten to death, and this person was scared that they were that it was going to be retaliated against them for knowing, so they never said anything.
Was it your cousin Calogero? Because I saw that movie.
No.
Now you can't.
Someone way closer.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you.
No,
tell you
I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
I'll tell you next
Yeah,
time.
I want to know. I don't want to be
No,
an
this
answer after the fact.
This
Nope,
is
nope,
like
nope.
20.
No.
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. I
I
was
wanna know.
probably 9 or 10 years old at the time.
So the golden AOA. What was the other? What was the other thing?
The viral shoe theory, Frank.
What the hell is that?
There's an interesting thing happening in the world right now where old wives' tales become viral stories.
Okay.
So women on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere, they're spreading this around like wildfire because what they're saying is if you bought your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, pair of shoes, return them, don't give them to them. Because it's an old wives' tale that if you give a gift of shoes, that person will walk out of your life.
I've never heard that in my life.
It's an old wives' tale. So they've taken this old wives' tale and they basically are on TikTok and Instagram going, "Did you get shoes for your boyfriend? Bad news. They might wind up leaving you this year."
I mean, a lot of, you could say might this and that about anything.
And they're also saying if your hubby or boyfriend or whatever got you a pair of shoes, they might be trying to
Get rid of you.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got to order a pair of shoes for someone.
So wait a minute. So the shoes only applies to. So if it's a husband, if it's a woman who got the man shoes for a gift,
right?
Then the guy's gonna leave. But if it's a husband getting the woman shoes, the guy's also gonna leave.
Correct. It's if you couldn't tell, it's an insecure woman that started this.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, Here we go.
So anytime the shoes
women are broken.
Anytime shoes change hands, the guy's leaving the girl.
Basically, don't buy shoes.
All right.
Women are broken. They're so broken.
Well, they are.
That's Anthony's.
All right, Frank had a crazy story that you have to share with
everybody. This is insane, and this actually happened in our neck of the woods, right here in New York on Long Island.
Wait. Does it have to do with a bat?
No.
Does it have to do with road rage?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Like
I have
a
a better
baseball
story.
bat or like a flying rodent?
Like a baseball bat.
Oh, no. Well, either one. No. My story is there was a woman who donated a kidney. She lives on Long Island. She donated a kidney to her boss, who was in desperate need of one, because she didn't want it. She was trying to do the right thing.
Because she wanted a raise. Go ahead.
Well, whatever. But she was trying to do something nice. Gave her kidney to her boss, and then 4 weeks later, when the woman who gave the kidney came back to work, she noticed a change in attitude from the boss and this and that, and they weren't getting along, and she fired her. She said the reason that she got fired was because she took too long to recover from giving the kidney. So the boss who got the kidney from this woman fired her for taking too long to recover.
I mean, I don't throw this around often, Frank. You know that. I pick on people for using this analogy. But that is a Hitler-esque type of an asshole.
Isn't that a huge asshole? That is what are you doing? This person saved your life. You can't give him another week or whatever it is to recover.
Thanks for the kidney and all, but it's been 3 weeks. You got to get back to work.
I haven't seen the TPS report, so what are we doing here? You got to work on that Penske file.
We're putting the new cover sheet on the TPS reports. Did I mention that to you?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if this was my ex-boss, because there is no doubt in my mind that he would pull some shit like this.
Well, it's on. If you wanted to see it, it's on ABC News.
He would definitely
know
do that.
somebody. I don't. An old listener of mine who pops up on my social media did this. Gave a kidney to her father. Oh, actually, no, two people. I know a girl who gave a kidney to her father, and I think a girl who gave a kidney to her mother. And both times, actually, I know another guy who got. Did he get a kidney? I think he might have. Anyway, it's like every year I know the date because they like celebrate it. It's like a moment in their lives.
It's a turning point in your life. Your life is now changed. You're saved. And you took 4 weeks off. Yeah, you're fired.
What a dick. Was it a guy? Was it a guy and a guy?
Two women. Women fired the other woman.
Women are bitches. Right? Jealous.
Because women are broken.
Oh, here we go.
This article gives both their names. I don't know if I'm
what?
Give their names.
Give their names on
the. You got to give their names at this point. We got to publicly shame them.
Can I do that?
Spell it for me so I can put it up on the on the banner.
I mean, the article mentions both their names.
Yeah,
Am I
that's
allowed
it's
to
in the
say it?
article, of course.
All right. So the woman who
Wait,
gave
wait,
the
wait, wait.
kidney.
Oh, all right. No, shuffle it around. Shuffle it around. Could be the
Shuffle it
woman who
around,
gave the
shuffle it
kidney.
around,
Could be who not. I want you to
Okay.
give both names, and I want everybody to guess who they think gave the kidney and who they
Just
think
based on name.
the bosses.
I love it.
Just based on name in the
I love
comments
it.
below and in the live chat. Janine and I will play along. Go ahead. And Erin's here too. Go ahead.
Okay. So one of the names is Jackie Brucia, Brucia,
Okay.
Brucia, and the other name is Debbie Stevens.
Debbie
Okay.
Stevens gave it.
No, I think the opposite. I think Debbie Stevens is the dickhead boss.
You're just basing this solely on the name.
Names.
Can't trust Debbie's. Some of them are nice, but a lot of them are broken.
In the chat did Debbie give the kidney or did Debbie get the kidney?
Jackie sounds like a nice. I think she gave the kidney.
See, Robin says Debbie gave the kidney.
Robin disagrees with me. Robin's on JSAP's
Jackie
side.
is boss. Debbie gave. Aaron C.
Everybody is against
Sybil,
me, Frank.
Jackie is boss.
Everybody is against me.
Well, yeah, Mercury. Debbie gave.
Debbie's
Debbie's the giver. Look at this.
Wow. I'm going on an offer right now.
Oh, here you go. Renee. Debbie got the kidney. Jamie. Debbie got.
Oh, nice. All right. We're coming back a little bit.
Jackie gave. Yeah, there it is too. 3 in a row for you. Aunt.
All right. Now we're starting to pick up heat now. I love it.
Now we got a ball game here.
That's it.
It's not a blowout.
All right. It's late for me. I got to go before I pass out because I also have a sinus infection. Thanks. Man,
Oh,
I do a lot of stuff for this pod. I never thought I would say that.
Listen, the sacrifices.
The sacrifice is right.
We don't
overwhelmed.
acknowledge it enough.
I'm tearing up as we speak.
Yeah,
Can
you're
you-
playing injured right now, and it should be acknowledged.
Can you maybe a round of applause?
Yes, I would.
little-
I think.
It's a little much.
Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, fine.
my clap
I'd like
is in order.
I'd like to thank the viewers. All right. Well, I'm
Jeff
not going to
gave, I'll
say.
Jackie gave to, okay. Do you want? Oh, and she's gone. She doesn't care who gave the kidney and who got the kidney.
All right, who gave the kidney?
Okay, the giver of the kidney, the donator, was Debbie Stevens.
Damn it!
Mhm.
Shit.
Jackie Brucia was the boss. Fired
Oh,
Debbie. Jackie fired Debbie.
cannot believe JSAB's got that right.
Right here on good old Long Island.
Where on the island though? Did it say? Is it Suffolk? Is it Nassau?
You know, it doesn't say exactly where, but it does say where they worked.
Oh, the
Or
company.
where she worked. It does say the
Boy,
Yeah.
the people in the news could be dicks. I mean, they really
So-
just put
right?
everything out there.
man. Oh, it does, and it says where that company is, but yeah, it's all out there. It doesn't say where these two people live. I don't think anybody wants to broadcast that. But yeah, it's all out there.
They say their neighborhoods where they live.
It doesn't say where they live. It says where
Oh.
the company is.
All right, where's the company?
West Islip.
A lot of dicks in that area. That's a lot of
Yeah, but there's also a person who donated a kidney.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So you don't
But they're probably from East Islip, if I had to guess. The nice
Okay.
place.
know. Okay. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Well, I mean, imagine that your boss, you know, and she said, I didn't want her to die. Was why she gave the kidney. That was her quote.
Do you kill somebody after you like I feel like that's worthy of a murder. On the other hand, it's like I just gave you my kidney. I can't.
What the hell, man? Do you know? Can you sue? Give me back my kidney.
Give me back my kidney.
I don't want you. Where's the old one? Can we shove that back in there?
I mean, what a dick.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
We have to follow this story, I feel.
Yeah, how do you do that to someone? I mean,
Mm.
this person just saved your life, and you're a dick. Not even your family, you know. Like it's just not a stranger, but your employer. Employee.
You know what? Debbie gave the kidney, right?
Debbie gave the kidney.
Maybe Debbie should have known better. Because don't you think Debbie was at some point would have said, nobody in Jackie's family is willing to step up here. Maybe there's a reason why.
Well, here's her quote. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. In January 2011, Stevens, that's Debbie Stevens, said her boss called her into her office and asked if she was serious about donating her kidney. Quote, I said, yeah, sure. This isn't a joking matter, Stevens said. I didn't do it for job security. I didn't do it to get a raise. I did it because it's who I am. I didn't want her to die, Stevens said. And and then when she returned to work 4 weeks later and said that's when the problems began. Quote, I don't have words strong enough or large enough to describe her treatment of me, Stevens said, screaming at me about things I never did, carrying on to the point where she wouldn't even let me leave my desk. It was constant screaming. This was right after she got back.
Can I say something? Maybe this is Debbie's self-hatred.
You mean Jackie's self-hatred?
Jackie's self-hatred. No. Debbie's self-hatred matriculating through Jackie's body. Maybe the kidney got
kidney's
in there,
taken over.
Takes over, starts controlling the brain. I hate myself. Now, next thing you know, Debbie's screaming at Jackie and firing.
That's a Twilight Zone episode.
That's the theory.
She said she was fired within a week when she got back. After she got back,
I think that's self-hatred coming through.
Maybe she was just a shit employee.
Maybe she's.
I'll take a kidney, but these coffee breaks, you're taking one every 10 minutes. That's got to stop.
Here's a part of the story the media hasn't gotten to yet. Debbie was fucking Jackie's husband behind her back.
Right. That's the follow up.
She finally found out about it and fired her, and now she got the whole kidney angle that's ruining the story.
This is a good Hallmark movie or something. This is a movie.
It is.
Kidney of Doom, they'll call it.
Kidney of Doom. the holiday kidney, maybe.
I'm not kidneying around.
No kidneying. Yeah, that's the same joke you made, but it's
that's just slightly worse.
Oh, that's good.
It's fucked up.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're another worker there? Then you come in and you're like, wait, Debbie's what? Like, are you more fearful then of Jackie, or are you just like?
No, I would say something. I would be like, you mean the woman who just gave you her kidney? That's what you.
Yeah. Like, do you think like the whole company would like rally around and try and get her job back, or do you think they just?
I don't think she would want it back. I think she would want to work for someone that does that. Like Aaron's Renal Housewives of LI.
Renal Housewives. That's good. That's a good one too.
It's right. This is ripe for parody. Ripe or rife?
Matt Rife for parody. That's what I say.
There's his next comedy special.
All right. That's a crazy fucking story. I'm uncomfortable. I don't think that should have came out around the holidays too, if I could be totally honest with you.
Well, it's probably, I'm sure everybody's rallying around Debbie.
Maybe
everybody's supporting her. Jackie's on, nobody likes her anymore.
I'm just saying, if I'm writing that article, I'm holding it on. I'm holding on to it till January 2nd, when everybody's like mad at the world anyway.
Yeah. Well, everybody's hopeful. It's a new year. Oh, here's a way to start the new year. Someone got a new kidney and then fired the person that just gave it to him. It's like, fuck you. Here's to 2024. Maybe get all the shit out of the way at the end of the year, and then we'll start fresh in the new year.
Smokey, I really appreciate you guys. You make me laugh. Thank you, Smokey. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Do you think 2024 will be? I don't know. 2019 was hopeful. 2020 was hopeful. I think everybody was big about the Roaring 20s. I don't know if you remember December 2019, Frank.
Yeah, but 2020 sucked.
No. But I'm saying December of 2019, everybody was like, "Oh man, the Roaring 20s, here we go."
And then we started out with like 9 celebrities dying.
Yeah,
in January, and then COVID hit, and it was a disaster, and that was like one of the worst years, 2020.
Now, was there optimism in 21 or 22 or 23? When did optimism return? Do you think, not you, when did you feel when do you think optimism returned, if it has returned yet at all?
I think it's returned. Once I think COVID was obviously the big thing. Once that started to lessen, that's just
I don't
that
think
made it a lot better.
2021. I don't think there was optimism in 2020. I mean, maybe
Probably
like,
not
oh my
20.
God, this can't go on much longer, kind of optimism, but
Right. It was
not like this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Maybe
I feel like start of
22.
23, start of
You think
23,
23?
end of 22. Yeah. We
Okay.
started to come out of it, and we're fighting back, and everybody was kind of returning and doing stuff and vacations and all that.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
when was it? Because COVID kind of had a flare up again. Remember? I think that was the end of 22. If I'm not mistaken, or was that the end of 21?
It's all meshing together. I can't.
I know
remember.
it doesn't. You can't even pick anything apart, can you? I can't.
Nah, it's all one big shit stain of a year from 2020 to.
It hasn't returned yet, says Sybil. Trump, the Antichrist. Yeah, like I think people are feeling like, oh my God, Trump could come back.
That would be just a big kick in the balls if that happens.
Can I tell you why I think there's hope for 2024? Because people started, I swear to God, I mean this. This talk of the Fed decreasing the interest rate, I feel like is giving people like, oh shit,
That's
this
nice.
might be.
Yeah, they're just talking about it too. It's not even.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I think that's like the sole reason people are kind of like 2024 is going to be pretty good. We're going to get those interest rates back down.
Oh, we didn't even mention another glimmer of hope was Colorado.
That's right. That's right.
Trump is not allowed on the ballot in Colorado.
Do you think that's going to hold up though? Because he can appeal that.
He's going to appeal it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it could, but who the hell knows at this point? I mean, he's got to be. They cited the 14th Amendment, and I guess if he's found guilty, then they can't take it back. I guess they're probably going to appeal, saying he wasn't found guilty of it yet.
Right.
But who the hell knows? But that's a glimmer of hope.
I think that's what they're going to. I think that's what's going to wind up happening.
When we all know he's guilty, so
yeah,
we all witnessed it. I love how this was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, January 6th, and we're all pretending like it was almost 4 years ago, and we're all like they're pretending like nobody witnessed it and like, oh, this is what happened. And we were like, no, we were there. We saw it happen as it happened. This wasn't 60 years ago when nobody, had cameras and nobody was watching anything. This was January 2020, and we all kind of fucking saw it happen.
You know something though? I swear, it was bad. We did a show that night, and I remember we talked about it. I don't think I realized that day how big it was. Yeah. Like 9/11, the second it started.
I'm sorry, 2021. I messed up. Not 2020.
No, January. Oh, that's right. Yes, right. Because just turned.
Yeah.
Like the second 9/11 started, it was like, oh my goodness, this is bad. This is not. Like, we knew the scope of it. Mm-hmm. The January 6th. Not that it's the same thing, but January 6th. Having seen it, I was kind of like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was as big.
It wasn't as big as 9/11, of course.
I feel like it took a few days and weeks before everything got sorted out, before we realized just how truly fucked up that was.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it was pretty quick because as we were watching and stuff was happening, it was being reported constantly and it was all over everywhere. And we were keeping track of who was saying what to whom. Yeah, there was stuff that came out afterwards, like who was where, who's texting who, and all that stuff. That came out afterwards. But for the most part, I feel like we got the gist of it as we were watching it. It was people storming the Capitol, hundreds, not hundreds, dozens. What was it? 170. I forget the exact number of security and police officers were injured. There was a woman who got killed.
Right.
People who died in the days following.
Maybe I just feel that way because like all the planning and everything, we didn't realize until much later, like how much went into this whole thing. But I don't know.
There was a lot of shit that came out after. You're right. But as it was happening, it was bad enough as it was happening. And then all the shit comes out afterwards, and you're like, oh, Jesus, what the hell? You know, all the shit kept piling on. Yes, go get to that AOA, Golden AOA Hole Award. Golden A-Hole? What are we calling this thing?
It's the Golden A-Holes. Yeah, I think I keep saying AOA Hole, but I think we call them the Golden A-Holes.
Okay, so yeah, on the rundown there, it says Golden AOA Hole.
It does. It does.
The Golden A-Hole Award. Cast your vote. It literally takes 10 seconds. There's 5 categories. You just scroll, click, and then you're done. Five categories.
Boom. Done. Processing. Receipt.
Processing. No. I win.
All right. That's it. Second to last show in the books. One more show.
Yeah, that's it. And then it's Christmas vacation and then New Year, and then we start it up again.
Yeah. We will have a special blind top 5, which we don't know what that is because then it would be the seeing top 5 if we did.
Good point.
You know? Yeah. And I'm sure we'll share some Christmas stories and Christmas cookies. Maybe we'll talk about a Christmas cocktail.
Oh, we should have special Christmas cocktails on that day.
Yeah. We'll do one of those Christmas specialty things. You know what I'm saying, Frank?
That's nice.
All right. We'll see you all then. Till Friday.
Go get that Oval book.
Go get that Oval.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.